So welcome to your Bowls Australia Mind Body Reboot, and today I'm going to show you how to make a simple bolster using a pillow and a towel. Okay. Very simply, place your towel down. Okay, you want it nice and flat. And then you take your pillow lengthways, fold it towards you so it's doubled over, and then you're going to roll the pillow in your towel, okay, nice and tightly, so it makes a great big sausage. Okay, and this wonderful sausage is the most fantastic prop for helping you open different parts of your body. So unless you have a bolster at home that you might already like to use, but here we go. Here's one that I've just prepared earlier, and we're going to use it today to really get some fantastic opening through the shoulders, okay, stretch through the upper back and also through the hips. So you place your bolster down, and then we're going to lie over the top of it so it's behind our shoulder blades. Take your hands behind your head and gently incline your body over, recline your body over your bolster. Now if you find that that's too much, you move forward and let your head lie on it like a pillow with your arms out to the side. Okay. So we're just going to give ourselves a chance to settle into this. Your head is supported. Big breath in, long breath out, and then as that feels okay, you can let your head get closer to the floor, and you might want to let your arms extend out to and overhead. If that's too intense, let your elbows come back and they hang out to the side. Or if you prefer to keep the hands behind the head for a bit of extra support, it might take a little bit of adjusting to find the place that feels best for you. And just breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, letting the weight of the arms dropping down towards your mat give you that fantastic stretch through the pectoral muscles, through the front of the shoulder. And then ever so gently bringing yourself back. You could spend all day there, really. You're going to let your head rest on your bolster like it's on a pillow, and turning it slowly from side to side. Getting this wonderful stretch through the side of the neck. Just go as slowly as you need to. And then from here, open your arms out, let your knees just drop out to the side, and let your hips begin to open. Full breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to roll over onto the right side, bringing your feet at right angles to your knees. Your head rests on your bolster. And here you're going to slide. This is my left hand. I'm going to slide it across my right arm and let it just fall out behind me. It circles down past the hip, and then you open again. So I'm going to give you a few options here. You can have the sliding to the side, or you might like to try taking that arm and reaching it up to the ceiling and letting the weight of the arm bring it down to the mat. Lifting it up and overhead. So I call this sunrise and sunset. A bit like Fiddler on the Roof. And then from here, you take that arm up and overhead. So it draws a circle around the body. Continue to roll over towards the left. Okay. And then from here, bring both hands on top of your bolster and curl up to the ceiling, rounding your upper back and shifting your weight slightly back towards your heels. Bring your chest forward, lifting your tail, and then pulling back and rounding. You then move back away from your bolster a little way. Okay, so it's still in front of your fingertips. You're going to take your left hand and wrap it around your waist. And then it comes across on top of the bolster and you sit back away from your hand. Breathe in, you open around the waist and then pull back away from it. Then bring that arm forward, sit down low onto the legs so you're getting a stretch underneath your arm here. Bring it up, give that arm a little bit of a shake, and then finally you come up onto those knees and you press the hips to the left as you reach your left arm over to the right. Give it a shake, and then just see how that left side feels in comparison to your right. I'm hoping it feels kind of open and light. I'm going to bring my bolster around this way so that I can work towards you again. Lying down, starting again with the rotation of the head, just side to side. Knees are wide. Arms open. And now you're going to roll towards that left arm, setting your ankles up at right angles to your knees, and start to slide your right arm over your left and out. Slide across, opening, down by your hip, and on top again. And if that feels okay, let's try our Fiddler on the Roof, sunrise, sunset. Up and over. I've got to say, this is one of my favourite sequences. We're going to take that arm and circle overhead and around. I love it because you can keep your eyes closed as you do it as well. Just going one more time. And then rolling towards it again. We're going to come back to that bolster. Hands are on top, but this time you're going to walk your hips back and allow your chest to drop down between your arms. Come up again, hands in front of your bolster, and we take right arm around the waist. And then on top of the bolster and pull back away from it. letting the breath flow in through the nose and out through the mouth. Coming through, sit back away from it, feel a stretch under the arm. We come up, a little bit of a shake, and then we take that right arm overhead and push the hips to the right. Releasing that one down, giving it a really nice, juicy circle. Hands interlace, and now sit back onto your heels. Go for that rounding of the spine, but now lift up to the ceiling and open both arms out. Elbows are out. I want you to use this as your option. Okay, I'm going to give you another stretch for the shoulders. Release it down. Okay, so you can come back here if this next one feels too intense for you. You're going to bring your forearms over your bolster. And here, moving your hips back. So you can always have the arms extended or they go up towards the ceiling. Now it's quite a powerful upper back and shoulder stretch. I have been wandering long. And then releasing. And seeing how that feels. Really working into the trapezius muscles. There. And then from here now, we're going to take that bolster and you're actually going to lie over it, okay, at the back of your hips. Or at your back of your bottom. So sitting on it, walk yourself back slowly and lie over your bolster. And reach your arms out overhead. Okay. So here, your hips are your highest point. And you're sending your feet away from you and reaching the arms up. Release. Take a big breath in and release. Now, keeping one leg on the mat, draw the other knee towards you. Let's try the other side. Drawing the other knee and pushing the heel down to the mat. Release. Now let both knees just hang out to the side. If it feels okay, they can even have a little bit of a rock side to side. So we're starting to really work to open up through the front of the hip into the groin. And then from here we bring it back. You're going to come over onto your hands and knees again. Sorry girls, I know it might have got quite comfortable there. You can also come back and do any of these stretches again later. So I want you to kneel onto your bolster. Okay. And then step forward with one leg. It doesn't matter which one it is, because you then tuck your tail between your legs, and so you're pushing your tail forward and the front of your thigh forward, and then using your hands at the back of your hips, press the tail through. So you're really working for a very strong stretch through your quads, through the hip flexor. Release that. And then we're going to try the other side. Bring it through. Knee on top. You tuck under, pressing hips, or actually your hips are tilting backwards, or your pelvis is tilting backwards, and it's your tailbone that's coming forward. So you're rocking your pelvis this way. Release. Okay. Now, those hips have a bit of a wobble. And then tuck your toes under with your knees on top of your bolster, and your toes are tucked. And here, I want you to have a little bit of a rock backwards and forwards over the ball of the foot. And then you bring the front of the foot down, start to lower your bottom down onto your heels. Now if you want more of a stretch there, you can alternate lifting one knee and the other, or you move closer to the end of the bolster, so you bring your feet closer to the bolster. Okay, you ready for this, girls? You're going to come down now, and I'll start with my right knee at the front. You step forward with the left leg, and here your foreleg, right, is on top of your bolster to lift it up a little bit higher. So you're going for a deeper stretch now into the front of the hip. So why should we fear what travel brings? Come through, push back through that heel, and we're going to swivel our way around to be able to bring the other knee through. That was my sneaky swivel. Some kind of momentary bliss. So knee in front, and that foreleg is lifted. Something died, so I waited for nothing. I'm hoping this also helps loosen up your lower back a bit, Sam. Arrived. It's our dearest ally. Come back and push through that heel. Our closest friend. Girls, just swiveling around to the front. Okay. And here you're going to take your bolster, and you can use it to lean into, to do a little bit of a side stretch for me. Alright, here we go. We're going to start to lift the hips up towards the ceiling, dropping the head. Something died. Hips high, head low. Whee. So I waited for nothing. Now if that's too much, you bring your hands to your thighs and lift and lower this way. I guess it's over. I guess it's begun. It's a loser's table. Releasing, heel toeing your feet now, back underneath your hips and coming back down. Having a bit of a circle through those hips. We're going to be sitting down, cross-legged. Bolster in front. I've got my right leg in front to start with. I'm just going to place my hands on top of the bolster to lift up nice and tall. And then walking a little bit closer towards the bolster until I can settle my forearms comfortably there. Now, using the bolster for a bit of traction, you pull the arms towards you so that you can extend your chest forward of the bolster until you feel a stretch into the lower back and hips, bottom. Then gently bring that up A little bit of a rock. Okay, we're going to change the leading leg. Bringing it through. Coming up again, big breath in with me. And then breathe out. Walk the hands forward. Bring the forearms down. Imagine if we had 4 arms. That'd look really funny, wouldn't it? Pulling against the bolster and bringing the chest forward. Settle down a little bit. Now, what would be worse, 4 arms or 4 legs? Hey, if you had both, you'd be an octopus. Oh dear. You can't. It's obviously the sense of humour you get during lockdown. It's very bad. Bringing that through. Take your bolster away for a moment. Just shake that out. And take a rock from side to side. Massaging your bottom. Nice. Let's take one leg over the other. Lift up tall and rotate, looking towards one side. And the other. Try the other side. Coming up and rotating. One way. Take back to the old green and silver skies painted black. Release. We're going to finish up by coming back over onto our backs. How are we going to uncross beautiful? I want you to come up into a shoulder bridge for me, but you're going to place your bolster under your bottom as you do so. So we roll up and bringing the bolster back under our bottom. So here your hands are coming down onto your bolster and you are lifting up and pressing against it to lift the hips up and then letting them release back down. We breathe in and breathe out and lift and lower. 4 times. Pressing down into the bolster and releasing back down. One more. Lowering. And then let your knees hang out to the side for me. Okay. We're going to lift the legs up. So now your knees are just hanging out to the side here and you've got the bolster here supporting you. If you're comfortable doing so, you can even extend those legs out. And for the next part, you've got options, okay? So if it all gets too much, you just bring your feet down to the mat and extend your legs out, okay? Alternatively, you're going to take the knees up, so you're using your bolster here for support, and just let the legs come up towards the ceiling. So you might want to adjust slightly. This is legs up the wall, but it's legs on a bolster, okay? And you find that place where your legs can feel nice and loose. And they float there in space. And if you like, you can even take your arms up and overhead. And there's something so soothing about having that support of the legs up there. They're weightless. It shouldn't be an effort to hold them here. They can soften if you want. You can have the knees bent. So this is about you finding the place. And you'll start to feel the blood Moving back down the leg. You can do the same with the legs out to the side. The arms can be down, out. So I'm going to shut up for a moment while you just find the place where you can let go here. Eyes closed.
When you tell me I'm a child and take my life to smoke your mind, but I don't smile like before. When you take him to your bed, it's all been said. You need this more. Please don't go, I need you to control you. Tell me, please don't go, I need you to control. So I'm changing all my days to make your nights. That's just not right. When you tell me I'm a child and take my life to smoke your mind, but
you could stay here for so much longer. Something so divine about floating in space. But we do need to come back, so slowly, mindfully, bringing yourself back down. Have a big stretch before and a shake before you come back. Rocking yourself to come up and back over to a seated position. It's like waking up after a delicious afternoon nap. Big breath in, hands meet. Find your heart centre. And I say sincere thank you to each and every one of you for what you brought and shared with me and with each other. Hope you have a fantastic afternoon.
cheers, here's to everyone.